Another week of top 7.
Ooh.
These queens are ready to send each other home. Who could be next?
This week, Rue asked the dolls to kudos for spilling the tea for the mini challenge where the majority wins.
And then splits them into teams to give corporate presentations for Drag Awareness Month.
It's comedy, it's stand-up, it's hosting, it's a writing challenge, and even some graphic designs, yes, for the PowerPoint.
It's clear that this is some of the girls' wheelhouse for sure, and other girls are just along for the ride.
Plus, it's flashback to the 1980s drag con on the runway.
Are you ready to make the world more aware of drag queens?
Oh, yes, we are.
Okay. Let's get into it, bitch.
All right.
M.
Oh.
M. Mom!
Race Chaser. Woo-hoo. Race Chaser. Yeehaw. Race Chaser. Woo-hoo. Race Chaser. Yeehaw.
Energy up. Woo!
Fuck you.
Attitude check. Fuck you, bitch. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, and welcome back to Race Chaser, Current, a podcast dedicated to the discussion, dissection,
And dissemination
of every single episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, starting from the very beginning.
This is the beginning.
Oh, wow.
Dulcet tones.
You've got the pipes, I'll hand you that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you that much.
Mm-hmm.
Your name's Willam. What is mine? I'm
You're
Alaska.
Alaska Elizabeth
Girl.
Thunderfuck 5000 from the planet Glamtron.
Yes.
And this is a video episode of Race Chaser. So if you're listening to us, you're not seeing all this. I mean, honestly, it's an excess of beauty.
It really is a dearth. Is dearth the right word?
It's
A
not,
glut.
It's not the length, it's the dearth. That'll get you. But right now, your outfit is amalgamation of pizzazz and jungle cat and business lady, executive,
We work in the bowels of the fashion industry, Sue Ellen.
GAW.
I
Mhm.
mean,
Now
if you grab a couple of this fabric and a little of this fabric and you mix and match patterns and textures, you can really update a classic silhouette.
You're wrong. Or you're right. I mean, sorry. My look is if Captain Crunch had a brother, but he was a pirate. And then he had a girlfriend.
Oh, okay. The lace front on this unit of yours is, I mean, it must be a vanity. Or no, it's film lace, right?
No, Go Big or Go Home ventilated it.
Oh, yeah, hand ventilated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Peruvian,
Mm.
wet and wavy, that we then straightened.
There's Japanese in it too.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's Peruvian, and
You
then Russian is on the bottom.
When those Dominicans do your hair, they always put a little bit of keratin treatment in it, and this is just what I ended up with.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful, and if you're watching us, you're welcome. And full video episodes are available behind the paywall on Mom Plus Gold. The free YouTube channel still gets a taste, though. Just so don't worry.
Now, it only takes a taste. Now, your necklace is reminding everyone that you are white.
Oh, but
Caucasian woman.
But I also have Simone's gold tooth on.
Oh, yes.
So
And does your tits say fishy? Oh, freshy.
why not both?
Both are acceptable.
Two things can be true. This necklace, is this a lab curated diamond, or they are not conflict diamonds, as one would hope?
Honey, I'm not conflicted about them.
No.
There's no conflict or no drama either.
And this hair, this must be new.
This is the pass around party hat from Forever Dog Studios.
Got it.
It lives in our green room, and I was like, this goes great with. It's similar to the hair I was going to wear, but this is like,
Just the way it falls and cascades so beautifully. It just makes any woman even more womanly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Try to describe her without using the word womanesque.
libidinous.
She's woman-esque.
Yes.
Yeah, woman-esque.
Speaking of women,
Why don't you tell us what happened last week on Drag Race?
well, last week, Rue encouraged people to use their funky voices and their funky power to tell all the funky people in America to vote and stand up for their funky rights. The queens got to work with Leland and Freddie Scott, Jamal Sims, and were
too funky for me.
gotta get inside. They were critiqued by iconic drag queen and new host of Drag Race Down Under, Michelle Visage. After a powerful performance of Power, which will be featured on Work the World, the queens walked the runway in their true colors look. Plain Jane gave Nymphia her immunity potion to drink, and Saphira and Morphine were the top 2 queens of the week. Rather than sending anyone home, Rue had Morphine and Saphira lip sync for the win, and Saphira snatched up $5,000 and her second win. Go Philly! Which brings us to season 16, episode 11, Corporate Queens. You're very corporate.
Honey, she's giving corporate.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Saphira is celebrating because it's her second win, joining Plain Jane, Nymphia, and Q in the 2-win club. Morphine is mad, and she's like, it should have been me.
I really think a tie would have been nice for this instance because they both did a great lip sync and nobody went home.
It was a
So,
double win.
I think anybody in their right mind knows that, like, no, sorry. People may not know that Morphine won't win, but I know. My favorites never win. I just don't think that I love her.
Are you saying based on the amount of things that she's won this time, this so far?
You mean the lack of things that she's won so far? Because I don't even think she's won a mini, has she?
Because how many episodes are left in this show, this cockamamie
I feel
program?
like there's 6 girls after this episode.
How many more weeks of our life are we watching this show?
The finale is April 19th. And I'm
That's soon.
yeah, and I'm supposed to be in Philly, so look out for me. 215-267.
Do you think Sapphira will be in Philly?
One would hope. I would love to get some brotherly love from my city sister.
Plain Jane. Oh wait. Oh, this is
Can
really
you
fun.
get that AB rock out of my shot, darling?
Oh, I'm sorry. You mean this?
Yes, I mean that. You know damn well.
So what? I can't rest my hand like this. I can't. So I gotta rest my hand like this. I gotta do the delta. Do the delta. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Only one hand at a time. Dun 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 dun. Okay. This is a fun exchange between. Why is it doing this today? I'm moving the fuck over, bitch. This is a fun exchange because Dawn is being honest. Can I be honest? Does she have t-shirts that say "Can I be honest"? Probably.
I hope she does.
She says, "Can I be honest?" And then she says, "Your look is just a pretty dress, Plain Jane." And Plain Jane says, "You." Is there a transcript of this?
So you want to do this right now? So let's fucking do this.
I'll do it.
Let's fucking do this. This is a boring fucking dress. You're wearing rags from a fucking kid's bedroom,
No,
bitch.
baby, but
Yes, you are.
No. Okay, no.
You look a fool. You look a fool. Doo-doo clown mess.
Doo-doo clown mess.
Concept. You know, this is gorgeous. This is all concept and no gorgeousness. You're a creature from the Black Lagoon that needs to go back into the depths.
Plain Jane is
All concept, no gorgeousness. You're a creature that from the Black Lagoon that needs to go back into the depths.
Yeah.
You
I love it.
These are rags from a children's bedroom. Dawn does kind of look like a Victorian cum rag.
Oh my God.
But Plain
Do they
Jane,
have cum rags in Victorian era?
one would hope. I mean, I wasn't alive, so I don't know where they put it. Plain Jane looks clean and looks nice. Is it the best gown that's ever been on Drag Race? No.
No.
It's
But it is
plain.
gorgeous. She does look
like her name. I could have used a necklace, a ring, a good cuff, a dangle bop, a Kennedy Davenport dangle bop hanging off of the wrist. Like if there was a
47 foxtails that you hand to the page.
something. Because right now I'm like, okay, you're dressed and I see it. It's like nude illusion, but like
No, it's pretty. But
pretty.
I also agree with what she's saying. It's like if Dawn really surprised us and was like pure puss one week,
yeah.
I think that this argument wouldn't hold any weight. But Dawn is always like, I'm a monster. I'm a woodland creature.
I get it because I want to be gagged. And that's not just what my
I
Snippy's
read that on
profile
your
says.
Craigslist. Oh,
I
the same thought
I
there.
want to be gagged. And Dawn is not gagging me. She looks great. Very like Brooklyn, fun, little monsters, Fred Savage.
Sure.
Plain looks nice too. Not gagging. Not gagging for it. Hair's small.
To quote
Structured.
Raja O'Hara, I'm not
wasn't
gagging.
gagging.
Let's take a break and we'll be right back.
Eating better is easy with Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals.
Every fresh, never frozen meal is chef crafted, dietitian approved, and ready to go in just 2 minutes.
You'll have over 35 options to choose from every week, including Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto.
Also, there are more than 60 add-ons to help you stay fueled up and feeling good all day long. What are you waiting for? Get started today and get after your goals.
I had my first Factor meal and I loved the cauliflower rice and the jalapeno cheddar chicken. Ooh, baby, I took a Lactaid for that. I loved it.
Mama,
Gave
it's
me the
so
fuel.
easy. And I love the portions as well. Like it's the perfect portion. It's so easy and it's really healthy.
Yeah, and never frozen means you don't get that watery, reheated kind of texture. So it's like
Tea.
fresh food. And I like to fuel up fast with Factor's restaurant quality meals that are ready to heat and eat whenever you are. I should put that in my tramp stamp. Heat and eat.
There's no prepping, cooking, or cleanup needed, and you get just as much or as little as you need by choosing your meals every week. Plus, you can pause or reschedule your deliveries anytime.
Factor is less expensive than takeout, and every meal is dietitian approved to be nutritious and delicious.
Head to factormeals.com/drag50 and use code DRAG50 to get 50% off.
That's code
DRAG50
at factormeals.com/drag50 to get 50% off. Y'all better get factoring.
Hot doo-doo clown mess. Now, these girls, I have to hand it to them as a season overall. They're not afraid to confront one another. They're not afraid to trade barbs.
Mm-hmm.
They're not afraid to talk shit. They're not afraid to read each other right to their face in real time. I love it. It makes such a good season.
I agree.
None of this. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I thought about reading you and being upset. I considered being upset yesterday and Untucked, and I'm really sorry about that. Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. But the girls continued the next day with their whole reading because Maya and Nymphia say, "You're the next one to go." And then what's that, sister?
The quietest
Just
fight.
a quiet hush, by baby fight. And then RuPaul enters the workroom, and the mini challenge is going to be Spill the Tea, which is sponsored by Cash App, and the queens got to answer questions about each
Thank
other.
you for spilling. Kudos to you, Mama, for spilling. Kudos to you for saying that, for spilling, Mama. Kudos to you, Mama, for spilling.
What was with the second part of that? It was kudos to you, Mama. Thanks for spilling. Was that it?
It's kudos to you, Mama, for spilling. As it is written, so it shall be.
I feel like that needs to be the first prompt when Trevor Project operator picks up the line.
What if you put that in ChatGPT? What would it respond with?
Here,
Kudos
do you need
to
a,
you, Mama.
Do you need a towel so you can sop it up? It may go to Drag Race
Soak it
wars,
up.
you know. These girls have to answer a question that it's not necessarily what they think, it's what they think everyone else will think, so they could be in the majority. And they get
$'Cause you win if
$100.
you're in the majority.
Yeah, they get $100 per correct answer. So the first question is, who is the most passive aggressive?
Nymphia.
Nymphia.
Who wouldn't know what passive aggressive means?
Morphine. Love Dion.
Morphine.
Which girl would be blocked online? Planye Janye.
Planye Janye. Sapphire is the flirtiest.
Hi, Sapphira.
Dawn is the gassiest.
Morphine is the most likely to blame the edit.
Okay.
Who will spend the cash most wisely?
Mm-hmm.
Saphira. And who will blow the money on latex breastplates?
They threw that one in there just so everyone could have $100.
I think so, because everybody knew it was plain because she's relying on them titties.
Although Plain Jane said Saphira. She didn't say herself.
Saphira needs a new one. That's why she should blow the money on it, though, because those that Play-Doh yo-yo gummy breast,
Tiny.
you know the one. Who would give the biggest tip at a gig?
Sapphira.
Saphira. Plain Jane is the most delusional. I wonder if we could play this and agree.
Who's the most delusional?
Oh,
really? No one wins. Well, Dipper has to vote too.
Oh.
Then we can win.
No, I would like to abstain from this game.
Oh.
Ah.
Okay.
Who's the one most likely to waste their money on breastplates?
Well,
But yeah, me. Who is the most likely to blame the edit? Her. That one,
I
the
agree.
blonde girl. Also, gassiest,
Gassiest, for
Uh-huh.
sure.
flirtiest,
For sure.
for sure. And who would give the biggest tip at a gig?
You.
Me.
Yeah,
I waste my
Willam.
money.
Yeah.
And I even do it to girls that I hate. And I always give the biggest tip to the ugly girl just to fuck with her mind and to give false hopes and confidences. Because then she goes in the back, she's like, "Oh my God, Willam gave me a 50." And the other girls will be like, "Oh, wow." So it fucks with everybody's head, you know?
The winner is Sapphira, who wins $2,500 cash prize in addition to the $900 she won in the spilling the tea. Thanks for spilling, sis.
Girl, Miss Sapphira's going to open up a Roth IRA when she's done with this.
She's getting a lot of ducats on
Yeah.
this show.
She's
for
getting the good
sure.
money. Yeah. She's going to have to trade in her ones before she leaves. Now, in honor of Drag Awareness Month this week, Rue introduces the next Maxi Challenge.
Is it drag awareness? Is that a real thing or is that just a joke?
Yeah, we get Monday off.
I would love to have a Monday off.
what's
Ever.
today?
Mondays are a drag, honey. They are not off. Mondays are a drag.
Yeah, Rue's script said, this week, it's Drag Awareness Month.
This week. I see what you did there.
Oh wait, and RuPaul accidentally said you each win $100,000. On the one,
Whoopsie daisy.
and they were like, "What?" RuPaul's like, "I don't know the difference between $100 and $100,000. I don't even know what that means."
I have a cement slab in the sky in Benedict Canyon. These girls are given the opportunity to host drag awareness seminars as the Maxi Challenge. Now, Rue splits the girls into teams, basically how they're standing, and gives them topics.
How old do you think Saphira Crystal is?
I bet she's 33 or 34.
I love how she's like the grandmother of the entire season, and she's like not that old.
I'd like her to grandly smother me.
T.S. Smother.
T.S. Smothers at
You'd like her
worldofwonder.net.
to Theron smother you.
We can leave him out of it. Yeah.
Friend of the pod. Hi, Theron.
Hey, Theron, I missed you so much.
35, I think, is
Sapphire Crystal is 35.
I believe.
Matches my load count. Maya and Dawn are given drag in the workplace. Plain Jane and Q are given do you know your drag history? And Saphira, Nymphia, and Morphine are
Are you a drag queen? You might be surprised. Now, this has the opportunity to be really fun, I think.
Yeah. Do you think they teamed up these girls to
Opposites.
have conflict?
Yeah.
'Cause-
Are they opposites?
Well, it's Dawn and Maya, correct? I feel like they're more both.
They're the most opposite for sure.
Well, both aren't really loud. Like Dawn hasn't given me.
You've been really quiet this season. You're the quiet one, right? How do you think that's going to work out for you? Could you
Yeah,
imagine getting told that every week? I'd be like, shut the
I've never been told anything
No one's
even
ever told you
remotely
that.
similar to that. But I think
Saphira, Nymphia, and Morphine, though, that's a strong team.
that's the dream team right there for me. I
Yeah.
think Q and Plain Jane. That is a. I feel like it's a smart team.
Confusion, unemployment, nerve, and telekinesis.
Mm-hmm. Cunt. I just got that.
They didn't change nerve, though.
Well, that takes nerve.
They
Not to
could have
change it.
changed it to necrosis.
Well, that does happen with drag.
That's- Yeah. When
Most,
you,
it starts with the earlobes with keloids. That's why mine are covered. I had a transplant.
really?
Well, I have a plant and I'm trans. Plants at home. Guess what kind it is? A succulent.
I'm a Chuck E. Cheese robot and I'm powering down.
What team would you like to be on if you had to pick a team to moonlight?
I would honestly, I'd want to be on the Plain Jane and Q team because I think they're funny.
Yeah.
They've got, you have to just have a funny angle going into something like this. It's not supposed to be serious. The topics are preposterous. So it's meant to be like absurdism.
Yeah, I think that I would want to be on Nymphia, Saphira, and Morphine's team.
Okay.
Uh,
Because you want to find out Morphine's doctor.
I just think that they all have such strong looks,
Yeah.
and they need white girl just to bring in
Freak.
some mediocrity.
Freak.
Freak. Wow.
They have the body beautiful. They have the voice.
Mhm.
And freak.
Freak.
They need freak.
They do need freak. I would like
They've
to.
got banana.
I would like to freak it up a little bit.
I'm going to be a freak on through the day until the
No.
dawn.
Now,
Until
speaking
the
of
dawn.
Dawn feels comfortable about this challenge because she was an engineering student and she's comfortable with public speaking. Now, she's never used her degree, and Maya also admits she's never given a formal presentation. But
We had a challenge like this in college, and it was we had to we were paired into it was a group of 4, and we had to give a presentation to the class about a cause, and we won with straight 100% because our presentation was so good. It was about drilling for oil in the Alaskan nature preserve. And so we called our group NOIL, which stands for No Oil in Alaska, which is
Noil.
preposterous.
No.
But it was funny and memorable.
I love it.
And we won. It wasn't a contest, but we won.
What was your major?
Theater arts.
Okay. And she's writing musicals. She's using it. Nymphia is very stressed out by this challenge, and Morphine was confused as to what a seminar is.
What about a seminal vesicle?
Vesicle?
Yeah.
Is that like a Jessica?
Seminal vesicle is the thing that transports the semen or the sperm into the semen, I think. The tubes.
Oh. Well, mine's very busy.
Yeah, honey, it's the 101 on a
Baby.
Friday.
Everybody's doing their lip.
On the 101. Because you're just sitting there.
Listen, baby, I had a driver today.
Oh.
Saphira feels stuck
She
in
said home, James, and he hit the gas.
There was a strange perfume. Oh, wait, that's my burger finger.
The marks of men whose fortunes she had won.
Do you-
There were notches in her, it's sort of like the notches on your jock strap.
I cannot believe it. I went back and I saw them laughing and kissing till they saw that gun in my hand. Mirage, we're thinking of you and we miss you, honey.
We're very sorry.
We miss you. We hope
The-
you're scooching somewhere safe.
The podcast has been discontinued by the network. We're so sorry. All we do is quote Dark Lady.
Do you think that Nymphia is being faux stressed and she knows she's going to be fine?
You
and
never
she's just,
know, but with her.
You really don't. She's a crafty girl.
It's like, are you stressed? Like, they're all just like, they tune it out at this point because she's always like, oh, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do this.
That sounds like you on your season a little bit sometimes.
I was like that on my season?
Weren't you?
I don't remember.
Oh. Or maybe it just the acting is so real that I felt like it was there.
It's kind of pheromone, a drop of pheromone.
Very.
No, yeah, I definitely have
A drop of bone.
that whiny thing when I'm overwhelmed.
Plain Jane and Q are very confident. Yeah, that's what I meant. But I don't,
Totally.
And you love wine. They think they're going to knock this out of the park, Plain Jane and Q. They have high hopes from the beginning.
They'll steal a couple jokes from Katya, and they'll be on their way.
Why not?
Did you know that clips joke was...
Girl, that clips joke has been done by a lot of people. I saw that before it was on Drag Race. The slide joke?
Donde?
The slide joke, I forget who did it. It was on a sitcom, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was like kids presenting like
Okay.
a... It was like
What's that?
maybe it was like a Clarissa Explains It All, like that type of, or a American Dreams.
I didn't know the joke before I saw this, and I thought it was very funny.
Me
And a
too.
great way to start the presentation.
A wonderful way to start it off with the visual. Just boom, look, boom, we're funny. Laughter. Love it. Joel Kim Booster and
Jokes.
JKB.
Laugh riot.
JKB and Michelle Visage give advice to the queens.
Yes.
Joel tells Plain he loves her being so confident and embracing her own sense of delusion as a key part of drag. JKB, that is some good knowledge because every drag queen needs a skosh of Delulu.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It certainly helps. Joel says, Dawn, don't get into straight man territory.
Which means you don't just want to be the setup person for the girl to knock it out of the giggle park. Which,
Okay.
I think giving Maya the punchlines is smarter because you can't rely on her for a setup or to remember something based on how she was reading her cards.
Yeah.
It's just not in the cards, even though it is in the cards.
A queen and a 3.
It was so strange to me. But she mumbled, so I didn't.
She mumbled some words that were really strange,
Yeah.
honestly.
Honestly.
She said, kudos, mama, thanks for spilling.
Michelle asked Maya about hosting on the mic, which Maya gives a sort of.
Oh,
She says, "Oh, I host.
and then then they cut to Morphine saying, I've never heard her on a microphone, implying that she's lying.
Yeah,
She was implying that she was lying.
implying lying. Implying lying. I think that she might be right because they ask her for a joke and she says, people walk by and I say, come in, you can't catch the gay.
That's a drag queen classic. And I bet it would get laughter in the room.
If you had passerby or people that were not gay, but everybody is gay. I think that's a straight people joke. Straight people be like,
Straight
oh,
audience.
oh,
Yeah.
oh.
But it would get laughs. They perform at the Palace down on the boulevard. There are people passing by all day and night, tourists, people who've never seen a drag show. There's girls jumping off of buses. It's like girls pouring water in their hair and spinning it around.
Alicia Lee DeWishes, hey girl.
Yes. So that joke, actually, I stand by that joke for Maya. I
Well,
bet it works.
If you give me a chair, I'll sit by it. Michelle asks who's the funniest to Saphira, Morphine, and Nymphia. And Saphira waits a beat and then says, probably me. Not mad.
I would say that's correct.
Nymphy is kind of weary about Saphira because she's worried about her stealing the spotlight.
Okay. And Michelle reveals that there will be a live studio audience.
Ooh.
It's time for mirror chats. It's the next day.
Nymphy and Maya are nervous. Dawn is concerned that Maya might end up in the bottom together and is afraid to lip sync against Maya.
Well, anyone would be. Could you imagine? She's the queen of fucking flips.
Yeah, we had an adversary a lot like Maya, Milan. Milan just was killing it anytime she lip synced, and I was worried that I'd have to lip sync against her because our acting challenge they made it look like we had a big fight. So I was like, oh, she's my enemy on the
Is
show.
the floor comfortable?
Yeah, but that did not happen because it was hard to put me in the bottom. Q is opening up to Plain Jane about how she's been HIV positive for the last couple of years, and her runway look is in honor of all the lives lost in the 80s to HIV and AIDS.
Yes, she tested positive when she was 24 years old. It was a very touching story that she's telling Plain Jane, and Plain Jane responds with, Mama, kudos for saying that, for spilling.
I don't really like kudos.
You know, I like almond joy.
Yeah, sometimes you feel like a nut.
I think a lot of times you feel like a nut. Let's take a quick break and then we'll get into Mother on the main stage.
Mother
Mothermost.
Mother must.
We are back, and it's time for the main stage. RuPaul is wearing my favorite material, plastic tablecloths from the 99 cents only store. This is the best way to do it. Mother looks amazing. She looks hot. She looks gorgeous. Love the shoe, love the hair, love the whole thing.
It's giving Seafoam Oakley material
Sure.
to me. The silhouette is what's the word? You know those tables that they make drag queens wear to serve desserts at parties?
They do that?
Yeah, they do. Drag queens, it's on wheels like a ball gown, and then they get in, and then they're like, I'm a dessert table.
They do that?
It's very Alice in Wonderland, yeah.
That seems like a horrible idea.
Yeah.
So then you just have somebody attached to your fucking dessert table?
Yeah, and it moves. It can go around to other tables.
I don't love that.
Okay, well, I don't love this dress. I think the bodice looks puffy, and the shearing, the ruching, and the gathering makes it look bulky instead of streamlined.
Look at how tiny her waist looks.
The bodice at the top is puffy and not streamlined, and the gathering is slapdash.
Gather her.
The shoe is good, but I'm just not like this. You know, it's clean. I don't think this would be Rue's first choice if she saw all the dresses from the season.
I like it and I'd wear it. And I have wore it. I have worn it.
It's not warranted.
Warrant the band. Michelle Visage, Ross Matthews, Joel Kim Booster are present. And it's time for these drag seminars. Okay.
Plain Jane and Q start off with, do you know your drag history? And they start these pun jokes. With
funny.
Historic clips. And they show hair clips, which is a joke that Katya did on her tour with Trixie, I guess. And the slide thing is something that I've seen on other shows, but way to steal from the best and to make people laugh. Nobody said you have to be original. You just have to make people laugh.
And also, it is like it's not a far stretch to get to that joke. So
No, it's not.
uh,
I mean, it's not like they're taking Lisa Lampanelli's exact jokes and using them to win a mini challenge.
Did you do that?
No, Sharon Needles did.
Oh.
And I was really mad because I was like, she's just used 3 Lampanelli jokes.
Lampanelli must have been on the hotel TV
I don't
the
know.
night before.
I don't know. I never turned my TV on.
You're more of a CD.
CD Cindy.
Uh,
Go Seed Cindy.
these girls look great.
hmm
They were very funny.
I wanted them to make out at the end. They had a little kissy at the
Kissy
top.
Christmas, yeah.
But like, I wanted them to fucking dyke out. 'cause
Doctor.
If
Thank you, doctor.
If they dyked out, they would have won.
Oh.
You think?
I don't.
I do.
No, I think it was written in the stars that they were going to not be given the win in order to be set off to create drama.
That quite possibly could be just what the doctor ordered.
Doctor.
Dawn and Maya are given the task of talking about drag in the workplace. Maya is struggling with her lines and continually looking at her cards.
Did
And
Maya take off her shoes?
She did take off her shoes,
¿Por qué?
which is weird because in a workplace you usually wear shoes unless you're a pit crew member.
I kind of live for Maya being the no shoe girl. I live for this. B. Arthur never wore shoes on set unless they had to and they were just about to film.
The late entrance, the rushing on, dropping the cards. I just thought it was kerfluffle, which was distracting, and there was no payoff. It was not funny. It was not real, and it did not make an impact.
They are going to different seminars on different planets. I mean, Dawn is wearing the Queen Amidala collection.
The hair is wrong.
She's wearing one of these sculpted UK versus the world wigs.
Yeah, very.
That you can't flip through the television screen without seeing them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, Dawn's look is. Some girls can do separates, and some girls should just be separate.
what do you think of the studio audience?
I think the studio audience is a plant. They're planted people.
Was Chanel Perillo there? She was always in the studio audience.
Always.
Hector, Chanel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then there's the threesome, Nymphia, Morphina, and Sapphira.
Yeah. Nymphia does a strong accent, which some people found offensive. And the people on the show were like, I don't know if we can laugh at it.
Yeah.
You know, because we're in that area where every joke needs to make sure you offend 0 people on the planet.
It's giving Manila interviewing Kristen Cavallari tease.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the first time an Asian person has leaned into an accent, but Nymphia also does have an accent. She's just putting it on heavier.
Yeah.
Like the easiest way to be funny, if you have a Scotia of ethnicity, is just lean into it. Selena S. Titties.
Yeah.
Manila. Lady Cum Dump.
Yeah.
Lady Cum Dungeon. Lady Camden. You know, it's just what
Yeah.
happens. I mean, when RuPaul goes funnier, she leans into her a little bit of Atlanta.
Sure.
So I'm not offended by Nymphia, and I feel okay laughing about it.
Nymphia's explanation when they asked her about it was, I like all the different sounds that human beings are capable of making. And I'm like, absolutely.
What a great blanket.
It's not really for us to say whether it is offensive or not. I thought her presentation I thought it was funny not because of the accent. I thought it was funny because of the material and the content.
I think the delivery of it and the timing and the accent all played into why it was funny. If you
Yeah.
extracted one of those things, who knows? But the frantic, frenetic pace of her delivery and her like weird substitute teacher, vice principal drag really worked, I thought. And she was talking
Really
to the
worked.
audience and communicating with them, really making eye contact. She wasn't heavily into her cards. her connectivity with the audience is noticed.
I like her look the most out of everyone in this whole thing. It's like, why are we wearing sequins and feathers and like why? It's a seminar. It's supposed to be like dishwater boring, kind of dreadful fashion, even, which Nymphia really delivers.
She also takes advantage of her space and uses a lot of the stage, a lot more than the other girls who just kind of plant.
Morphine says drag queen flopping.
Morphine puts on glasses, so ergo business.
But she's wearing like a dressing robe. This is
She's wearing a lilac Liza.
Deborah Vance.
Very
in
hacks.
Hacks.
Yes.
Outfit.
And an updo. This is not seminar hair. And then at one point, she literally gets a little frog in her throat and says, drag queen flopping. And
RuPaul goes,
yeah.
How dare you stumble over one word? I don't remember Saphira's presentation, really. What did she say? Was it funny?
I don't remember.
He had everyone do a toast without a glass.
Oh, yeah.
Her opening line was very funny. It was
The Dynamite,
the
West
blown up
Virginia,
and yeah.
Manchester, London, Heathrow.
That was funny.
Yeah, it was amusing.
Runway category. I love this category. Flashback DragCon 1980. This could have gone so fierce and been so. 1980 is a disgusting year in fashion. The 70s are still there, but the 80s are creeping in.
Yeah.
It is a disgusting moment in time that is perfection, and I don't think anyone really nailed it.
I think
Is that harsh?
I think that they should have leaned into
Am I the drama?
the DragCon aspect.
Wait, yeah, and the DragCon aspect.
Like they should have flat shoes, a bunch of merch bags,
Do you
bad
think this is a
fluorescent
case-
lighting over them. They're just trying to put in DragCon so they can get their advertising.
Do you think this is a case of the prompt being totally different than what was actually happening? They probably said, just do a totally 80s look. And then they change it to DragCon 80.
I'm not sure. DragCon 80. Use code. I do think that 80s is always a good reference. I think that everybody should come by DragCon this year and see my EPA sponsored booth.
EPA?
Yeah, we're going to talk about the drilling.
Oh boy. Okay, let's get
No,
into
I'll
this
be giving
runway.
girl. Wow.
Let's get into this fucking runway, bitch.
Okay.